All right. Hey,
That's
Rob
right.
G,
Shout
we
out
have
to
a
Elijah.
major scandal going on in college sports, college basketball. My goodness gracious. Shaking up the sports world. Rob G will get us rocking and rolling on this TV theme song Thursday.
Yeah, guys, it's never a good sign when we're leading with college basketball on January 15th, the week of divisional round
It
playoffs.
means nothing good has happened.
Yeah,
right.
exactly. And in case you were living under a rock,
Right,
there
that's
was
true.
another big betting scandal in the world of sports, this one involving college basketball, where 20 people have been arrested and accused of point shaving in the world of college hoops, including several players on several teams. Now, the reason why maybe this you might not have heard about it is because it wasn't Duke or Carolina. It was schools like Eastern Michigan and Buffalo and lower-ranked teams like that.
Why you got to start there, Rob G?
Because I knew it would hit close.
Why you got to bring
home
up my alma mater?
And
That's
so
right.
here's something you guys need to know, though, just to give you an idea of how big this thing
So
is.
did you graduate from Eastern Michigan? Right? You didn't start there, but you graduated from there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's what I
If
thought.
you ever want to
Yep.
know how to
Shout out to
get
Eagle.
caught in point shaving incidents, here's how you do it. You wager 450 plus grand on Townsend to beat UNC A&T. You wager 424 grand on Kent State to cover the first half
Okay,
spread.
so let me tell you, when they saw that bet on those schools, you don't think that forget about the FBI and the police. The people who are going to pay that out, you don't think they noticed that?
Exactly. You wager $250,000 on Northern
Right.
Kentucky in the
Yes.
first half against Robert Morris. Guys, it's a big deal. It's rock college sports, so much so that the NCAA has issued two different statements here in the last couple hours. Number one, petitioning federal regulators to suspend prediction markets like Polymarket and Kalshi so that they don't have to worry about this anymore. And number two, they want lawmakers to eliminate gambling on prop bets for all college athletic events to prevent this kind of thing from happening in the future.
Okay, here's it, Rob G. Can I raise my hand? What I say about prop bets for a long time ago, right? That they should be eliminated because that's
yeah.
the easiest thing, Kelvin. You know that to do, right?
It's so easy.
Over under
So easy.
9 3-pointers. I could easily take 8 or 7, and nobody would think anything. But this wasn't about
It
prop
wouldn't
bets.
look like anything. Look how you just in the flow of the game.
Exactly. Or I took a step in. Nobody was in front of me, right? I stepped on the line. I stepped forward, or whatever it is. The problem here, this is point shaving. This is about spreads, okay? And they get to these kids because you talk about NIL and all this money that the kids are making. Not everybody's making NIL money. It's the biggest
Right.
myth and fallacy going on. Everybody's not making loot. All right, if you're at Townsend or Kent State or South Alabama or something like that, you're not making big bucks, okay? So when somebody comes to you and says, hey, Kelvin, I just need you to miss 3 free throws, right? Miss 2 shots, and you'll win the game, and I'll give you 30 grand. Right? He's not telling you to have a goose egg. He's not telling you to throw the ball out of bounds or go 0 for 10 from the free throw line. That's obvious, and you'll never do that. Am I right? You wouldn't do that. But can I miss 3 free
right,
throws?
right.
Yeah, I can. Can I miss a couple of bunnies or easy buck? Yeah, I can. Okay. Here's my thing, Kelvin, and then I'm going to turn it over to you. This can end very quickly if the colleges get out of bed with gambling. Okay? No more television. Here's the spread for the night. No more of that. Give back the gambling houses their money, and you got to get out of bed with gambling. And it used to be taboo where you wouldn't even think about talking about a spread. They would never mention on the game. You know this. They're in bed with it. And
Yep.
until you take yourself totally out of it, this is what you've set up, and there's no way to stop it. Unless you make it the death penalty. All right? It has to be the death penalty for that program and for that kid, and you can't be a part of gambling. That's where I'm at.
The problem or the challenge is the toothpaste is out the tube, and the money is everywhere now. And you just mentioned it. I'm glad you mentioned it. All these kids are making the same money that they hear other kids are making. So when I'm sitting on a TV and I'm seeing at the bottom of a ticker, I'm saying Alabama quarterback getting $2 million NIL deal, you're sitting there as an 18, 19, 20-year-old like, dang, here I am playing my hardest at Kent State or some other school, and I'm not making any money like that other guy. And them calls start to hit a little different when somebody calls you at $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 to do something.
one game.
And you're thinking, nobody's at our games anyway. Listen, I went to Eastern Michigan. I went to a game a couple years ago back home. It was about 500 of us, maybe 1,000 max, and I might be giving a few at the game. And you're looking around, nobody cares. I'm at this small school, no big deal. Who's keeping an eye on that? And then you get caught up in this, and it's everywhere, and it's pervasive, and it's like playing an app on your phone, Rob. It's so easy for these kids, and I literally mean kids. They're on their phones doing Prize Picks and DraftKings and all this like it's just a normal thing, like it's Fortnite. And so they're so exposed to just the gambling, and it's so part of our society now, where to your point, you used to have to hint on TV. Remember, Rob, you kind of had to say, hey, that shot probably mattered for somebody. Or, hey, if you're watching the game, a touchdown might matter today. You had to hint around gambling and spreads and all that.
You couldn't just say it.
Now they just come out and say it. Exactly. But the challenge, Rob, the issue I think that you're kind of in a tough position is the reason why we've known about a handful of these last scandals is because of the gambling and the apps and availability to track now. It's gotten easier to track these things because it's easier to identify because you're logged into this. You're all part of this thing. You subscribe to this gambling site. You're part of it. Your identity is attached to it versus the black market. I got a guy named Bob I call. And so the juxtaposition or the catch-22 is you're right getting rid of this, eliminating it, but it's the same institutions that we have now, gambling institutions, that are allowing people to get caught up because it's easier to track. So I don't know the answer, and I don't know how you give money back, right? What do rich people love? What do rich businesses love? To get richer. They love more money.
No, I
don't think they're all of a sudden out of the
can...
kindness of their heart going to say, let's give the money back now.
Well, but you won't have a sport, though, is what I'm trying to say. And the only way you can't come down on the players if you're still accepting money. That's my point.
I agree with that. It's hypocritical.
Like, in order to be able to really do it, you can't. None on television. The announcers better not mention gambling. Do you know what I mean? You remember, it was just a little while ago where they were allowing college players to bet on pro sports, and then they stopped that after the scandal came out.
They stopped that after they heard everybody talking about it, and the scandal hit like a week later.
Yes, and then they were like, maybe we'll pull that back. We already know it.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It used to just be, Rob, it used to be so real quick. It used to be so taboo, and you knew people were gambling. People have been gambling since the beginning of time, but it was kind of like, it's over there. It's so loud now. It's so pervasive. It's so part of norm. You see Kevin Hart. You see all these big-time stars advertising and doing LeBron doing DraftKings with Kevin Hart. I just think the sting of it, the shame of it, the stigma is gone, that the kids are just hopping into it and gambling, whether it be prop betting or taking some money here or there. It almost seems like, it's not a big deal. What's the big deal? All right, Rob, so they're watching us right now, which means another thing they can do is what?
They can subscribe. All you got to do is hit that button, subscribe to The Odd Couple for some of the best sports talk content in the nation.
Facts, and while you're at it, they can like, they can comment, they can share. Do all that for us. We appreciate it. Just do all that right up in here.